All right, New York Knicks fans, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. Evan Fournier is now a New York Knickerbocker. Was it the move everyone expected? I don't know. Are people going to be overjoyed about it? Because there's a lot of people and a lot of players that we probably wanted that went elsewhere. But you know what? It's not a bad signing. Evan Fournier is not a bad signing. We also re-signed Alec Burks Nerlens Noel. And it looks like we also picked back up Derrick Rose. We're burning through the cap space. The only problem with burning through this cap space is, we still need a point guard. I mean, that's gonna be the issue of the day. I think we're gonna have to go more towards a lower end point guard situation, or a situation that we were not expecting to go through. Because I think we were all hoping for a bigger name. I mean, Evan Fournier, good player, good solid player. 6'7", 205 pounds, 28 years old. This is his 9th year in the league. If you want to look at a guy that's kind of he's kind of a quasi player. He possesses kind of like the tools of a point guard, but he's big enough to be he's big enough to play small forward. He's a polished, skilled playmaker. He can line up offensively in several different spots. And like I said, he's got the skills of a point guard, but he's big enough and a good enough scorer to play some small forward. He has a nose for the steal. He can steal. I would say he's got good eyes, great eyes, and hands for passing. He knows how to pass. He's a superb perimeter shooter. Superb. Something that we need to open the floor. He isn't very big though. He's not a muscular guy. And while he's tall, he's not particularly long, let's say. You know when they always say when people are long, they play long. Their arms are long. So he's probably going to be best suited at the 2 guard. Defensively, this is where it gets a little iffy defensively. He kind of sometimes gets stuck in the mud, I like to say. And he will get burned one-on-one by explosive scorers, or guys with guys that can explode off the ball, with the ball. Quick guys. He will get toasted. He will get burned a little bit. I mean, he is a good second option, or even he's really more of a good third option between Julius Rock the Mic like the Randall and RJ Barrett. He's getting about $18 million. I mean, and I kind of figured that's where I know he wanted more than that. And I kind of figured that's where his contract would fall into. Plain and simple. You figured that's where his contract would go. And that's where it went. You know, he leaves the Boston Celtics, which is great. Kind of sticking it to the green a little bit. Which I find interesting. So, I mean, is it the sexy pickup that people were looking for? No. Is he a solid, venerable guy that can come in and work with what we have? Yes, very much so. And keeping Nerlens Noel, I thought that was a great signing. You're only getting him for like $10 million a year. Great signing, great defensive guy. You keep Mitchell Robinson, you have but you have a good center combination where you don't lose a lot defensively when Nerlens Noel comes in the game outside of Mitchell Robinson. Alec put up some numbers when we needed him. He was that guy. And I think that's a good situation to bring 2 role players like this back. You know, each got about a 10-year contract. a $10 million contract each year. So I mean, they're not sexy picks. We're not getting Ball. We're not getting Chris Paul. I don't know. I doubt we're going to get one of the big point guards now. I think that's kind of over and done with. Spencer Dinwiddie, I don't think we're going to be able to get him either. I think he's going to be looking for at least $120 million. I mean, but it's good, man. It's not a bad situation to be in for the Knicks. Evan adds a good option for the Knicks. Is it an overpay on the contract? No. I think giving Derrick Rose 3 years, $43 million was a little bit of an overpay. But 4 years, $78, I'm fine with that. Alex is 3 year, $30. Nerlens Noel is 3 year, $32. You're bringing back some of the core. You're bringing back some of the core team. You're bringing back your rim protector. You're bringing back a guy off the bench. Reggie Bullock is gone. We don't need him now. I mean, I think Reggie was more of a true 3-and-D guy. But I think Evan is going to be, I think he's going to be a good option, a good scoring option for the Knicks, a good third option for the Knicks, a guy that is going to be able to shoot from the outside, open up the inside for Randall, and also Mitchell Robinson. I think it'll be a good pairing. Also have him and Quickly. I'm excited. Like I said, it's not the sexy pick that we were looking for. It's not that wow factor, and which is fine. I mean, he is a solid NBA guard who we should be. I mean, we're not. I don't want to say we're lucky to have because he's been in the league since 2011, and I think the most he's averaged is 19 points, which was actually, well, if you look for a full season, 18 points is the most he averaged in Orlando. He averages about 30 minutes a game. He's had some he's had some injury issues. He's only played 81 games once. So I mean, I'm trying not to be upset about it. I'm not, but I'm not. I can't say as a Knicks fan I'm overly excited about it. Because, you know, when we went into the draft and we made all the changes, we were like, yeah, we're gonna make something happen. It's free agency. We're clearing the cap space for free agency. You see Ball go to Chicago. You see Lowry go to Miami. Does this make the Knicks exponentially better? I'm sorry, he's been in the league since 2012. Does this make the Knicks exponentially better? If he can stay healthy and stay on the floor? Yeah, it does. Does it move the needle into the playoffs even deeper? Don't know. Because honestly, like I said, we still need a point guard. I don't know what they're going to do for the point guard option, but we do need something. Let's not fret New York Knicks fans. Let's trust Rose and see let's see what's going on. Let's trust Leon Rose and see what he's got up his sleeve. Maybe there's a big trade coming down the pike we don't know about. But again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing the best in New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you could subscribe, ring the bell, you know what I mean? That'd be awesome.